Welcome in. I'm Lynn Jarman Johnson with Consumers Credit Union. Money I'm Home. It's your place to find finance, fitness, and fun here at Consumers. But also, we like to talk about things that are very important and what's kind of going on out there. We do know that right now, you know what, interest rates have gone up. Life seems to crunch a little bit when that happens. Student loans started processing again. And so when all of a sudden that happens, that also can crunch the things that are the big expenses in your life. And here to help us, talk us through, is Josh Summerfield and David Penley. They are our mortgage experts here at Consumers Credit Union. Every month you guys join us. You know, this isn't a topic that's easy to talk about. It's about the fact that there are times in your life when all of a sudden you look and the month is very scary because you think you might not be able to make that mortgage payment, make that rent payment. It truly happens. And when that starts to happen, how can we help our members?
Yeah, the first thing is having an open conversation. You know, we want to talk to you early in that process. You know, when you start to realize, hey, things are getting a little tight here. There's a little more month at the end of the money, right? That whole song. But we want to talk to you early. Let's see what options we have. So connect with us before you get 2-3 months behind. By then, the ball's maybe a little further down the way, and things get a little more difficult.
David, you know, it's hard to talk about failure, and sometimes is that what people shy away from, about not opening up?
Yeah, I think there's a personality type, and sometimes it's me, it's avoidance, you know, like, and a day turns into a week, and a week turns into a month, and you just don't want to deal with it, and you just finally you're just apathetic, and you're just throwing the envelopes away and so forth. But your lender wants to work with you. You know, they want to know what you're going through. They want to help you through this. They don't want your car and they don't want your house. They want you to succeed. And there's all sorts of plans. What we learned from the last mortgage meltdown in 2007, 8, 9, ways in which we can remedy it or get people through very difficult times.
You know, talking about what happened then and what is happening now as far as interest rates going up, do you see that as an issue where you know, the bubble will burst, Josh, or are you looking at it more that, okay, we're gonna maybe suffer a little, but we're gonna get through this?
I think it's much different. There's totally different reasons why that happened back in 2008, 2009 than what we have now. Now with the rates going up and prices going up a little bit higher, things are tight. But you know, I don't see a bubble by any means from what I'm reading and listening to.
David, what about you? You have so many national contacts too. You know, do you look at it from the scope of national, then bring it back down to home?
Absolutely, absolutely. And here's the fundamental difference between 08, 09. There were 4 million homes on the market in 2007, 8, 9, and roughly 1 million buyers. And the builders had just built a huge flow of homes that were not selling, so that compounded it. Right now we have a lot less homes being built. We've got roughly 1 million, 1.5 million homes on the market. We've got 3 to 4 million buyers, you know, so that's kind of a good thing. We've got demand. The rate thing is going to be a bit painful, and I think that's going to be a natural equilibrium that will balance things out.
Have you found, Josh, that there are ways that our loan officers are really going out and trying to give that peace of mind in advance of buying a home?
Yeah, it really starts with the planning at that stage when you're first talking about buying a new home or moving, to really start to prepare yourself and put yourself in a good position so you're not going to get, you know, too tight, you know, every month on making your payment, where you're not going to the mailbox and you're freaking out about, you know, what bills are in there. So we're having those conversations and really starting to dive into, you know, what are the utilities and the taxes and all the other miscellaneous things that you need to plan for, so you're not getting in too far over your head.
And David, you know, sometimes you don't want to hear, oh, you can't have that house. You shouldn't have that house. It's not, you know, our responsibility at Consumers to tell you that, but it is good to do due diligence and have caution.
Yeah, and that's part of what we talk about always, is building your team. Have a little board of directors that you've developed for the process of buying a house. You know, maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a friend, an accountant, your attorney, or whatever, your mortgage loan officer, and develop this plan to succeed. You know, where it's a successful venture. A year from now, you're going, I'm so glad I did that.
So Josh, on the street right now, we are working with realtors continuously. Do you think that there is a little bit of the reason people are hesitating is because we're smarter now than we were in 2000? We were just handing out houses back then.
Yeah, I mean, programs have changed, guidelines are changed. There's tighter guardrails, a lot of that stuff. Which is all for the better, obviously. And I think as consumers, we're smarter. We don't want to get ourselves in that position again. So we are taking a little bit more time to think through some of those long-term effects.
So when someone does face this issue, and maybe they aren't sleeping at night, and if that is you, what's the number one thing that we can do at Consumers to help, David?
I think the number one thing the member can do is to reach out to your loan officer and tell them the situation. This is what I'm up against, and they'll get you in touch with the right person to help you walk through a good plan to survive this and get through it. It was interesting in 07, 08 when this happened. We saw some people that it was like a violation of their integrity that they could not make the payment, and it was very serious on their emotional health. When they realize I'm not alone and I've got somebody who's willing to advocate and help me through this process, it gives you a tremendous peace.
Josh, have you seen that? I know our members are so wonderful in the sense of we're not saying that we have defaults. That's not the case. But what we are saying is when there is trouble, have you found that it's just a big lift off people's shoulders?
Yeah, I think for sure when we're willing to have those open conversations and say, hey, we're here to help you, you can kind of see the tension go away. Like, okay, yeah, they're in my corner. They're trying to help me the best that they can and keep me in my house, or if it, heaven forbid, it comes to that. But yeah, we always want to help our members in any way we can.
And if you're listening in with another financial institution and you do have any stress, the most important thing is that open communication with your loan officer, with your financial institution, the people that you're banking with. You guys, thank you so much. A difficult conversation, but one that is so needed.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thanks as always.
Thanks, Lynn.
Hey, thank you for listening. We hope you're having a great week, and we will talk to you next month. Money, I'm home. I'm Lynn Jarman Johnson with Consumers Credit Union.